Hi, my name is Jim Hoft. I'm the founder and editor of the Gateway Pundit, the leading conservative grassroots website in America today. We decided to release this video considering our name has been splashed around the news in recent days. The Gateway Pundit is known for our original reporting and breaking news. We are trusted for our accuracy. Here's a few of our breaking reports in recent years. In March 2020, the Gateway Pundit was the first to call out WHO chief Dr. Tedros for lying about the COVID mortality rate. Tedros started a global panic when he claimed the mortality rate was 3.4%. We analyzed the data and found out it was closer to a severe flu year. We were correct. In April 2020, the Gateway Pundit was first to publish photos of COVID testing of mice inside the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Honest researchers and reporters today conclude that the virus was made in the lab with funding by Dr. Tony Fauci and the US government. In October 2020, the Gateway Pundit was first to expose business dealings and filthy perverted content from Hunter Biden's laptop that the media incorrectly labeled, by the way, as Russian propaganda. We were correct, and the media had to make a correction years later after the damage was done. Following the 2020 election, we were the first to report on the mysterious late-night ballot deliveries at the TCF Center in Detroit, Michigan. The mainstream media scoffed when we first reported this, even though we had eyewitnesses who observed this. So we produced the video evidence showing that not one, but two late-night ballot deliveries with 61 boxes of ballots in the first drop and 16 boxes of ballots in the second drop were made at the TCF. Joe Biden took the lead in Michigan following these unexplained late-night deliveries. The Gateway Pundit was first to report on the late-night ballot counting in Georgia on election night and the double and triple counting of ballots. State investigators and the FBI curiously approved of this conduct later in their report. The Gateway Pundit provided exclusive footage of the Michigan drop boxes in the 2020 election. We showed numerous incidents of ballot stuffing in the Motor City. In January 2021, the Gateway Pundit was first to correctly report that Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick was not beaten over the head with a fire extinguisher, as all of the mainstream media had been reporting, but that he died from a stroke the following day. The Gateway Pundit was first to provide video of Capitol Police firing exploding projectiles on peaceful protesters on January 6th without warning. The Gateway Pundit was first to report on the death of Trump supporter Roseanne Boyland, who was pushed down, gassed, smothered, and then beaten with a stick by a Capitol Police officer as she lay dying on the steps of the U.S. Capitol. The government later lied and told her parents that she died from a drug overdose. The Gateway Pundit was first to report on former Green Beret Jeremy Brown, who refused to work as a government operative on January 6th, and then recorded his conversations with government operatives. Jeremy turned them down, went public with his video, and was later arrested. He still sits in prison to this day. In 2023, the Gateway Pundit was first to report on GBI's strategy scandal. This corrupt left-wing group dumped nearly 10,000 bogus ballot registrations into the Michigan voter rolls in 2020. And state officials hid this from citizens for 3 years. There have never been any arrests for this, no prosecutions. The FBI took over this investigation curiously back in 2020. The Gateway Pundit was first to report on the Uokava ballot scandal. Democrats are hoping to use millions of new Uokava voters from overseas to win the 2024 election. These are just a few of the breaking stories that we've had over the years. The Gateway Pundit has built a massive community of readers and highly trafficked website due to the trust we have built with our readership from the US and abroad. Our success did not go unnoticed, however. The Democrat Party, DC elites, the nation's ruling class, and several rhinos took notice. After the 2016 election, when Donald Trump surprised the world by winning, in early January 2017, the Gateway Pundit was listed by Harvard and Columbia Journalism Review as the fourth most influential conservative news website on social media, Twitter and Facebook. Immediately after this report was published, the attacks on our website began. In 2017, the Gateway Pundit lost all advertising from Amazon Media. The ad company with Amazon labeled Gateway Pundit as undesirable in an effort to remove all of their ads from our website. This was a substantial hit for Gateway Pundit financially. In 2017, the Gateway Pundit was also targeted by a group called Hamilton 68. This group of powerful DC elites and prominent intel leaders claimed to track Russian propaganda online. The group immediately listed Gateway Pundit as one of its top Russian propaganda websites. despite no proof of this whatsoever, in order to smear us and damage our reputation. In early 2017, Google immediately began hiding Gateway Pundit articles on their search engine. Google effectively made the Gateway Pundit disappear after years of having our stories prominently displayed. Also in 2017, Facebook immediately began to ban and censor Gateway Pundit articles. After being ranked 4th in conservative news sites, Gateway Pundit found our traffic dwindled from 24% of our total traffic to 2% in just a matter of months, an 88% decrease in Facebook traffic. Gateway Pundit was later discovered that we were not alone. Facebook banned traffic to numerous top conservative websites. Several of these websites went out of business at the time. In September 2018, Jim Hoft, myself, testified before Congress about Facebook's targeted censorship of conservative outlets. At the same time this was happening, we discovered that liberal outlets were seeing their traffic increase. In 2019, Pinterest banned the Gateway Pundit for nudity, something completely moronic and false. LinkedIn also banned our content. By 2020, the Gateway Pundit was so well known for being targeted and censored that Rush Limbaugh was compelled to discuss how media censorship was affecting the Gateway Pundit on his show. Also around the same time, local police warned me that Antifa had included myself on their hit list along with other prominent conservatives. During this time, NewsGuard was created. It's a fact-checking organization that targets conservatives and independent media. They immediately began targeting the Gateway Pundit along with other conservative outlets. We found out later that NewsGuard was funded in part by the U.S. Defense Department and was awarded $749,000 in 2021 alone. In 2021, liberal activists were successful in having Google ban the Gateway Pundit completely from their Google Ads program. They all cheered this development. Sometime around 2023, the Department of Homeland Security created the Stanford EIP censorship group. The Gateway Pundit was the most targeted website by this censorship group created by the U.S. government. In 2020, lawmaker Greg Steube questioned the CEO of Google on why he couldn't find the Gateway Pundit when he did a basic search on Google. The CEO, of course, could not answer that question. In 2023, the state of Missouri and state of Louisiana represented Jim Hoft from the Gateway Pundit in their case against the Biden administration and their censorship apparatus. In March of this year, the Supreme Court heard that case brought by Missouri, Louisiana, Jim Hoft, and 4 other plaintiffs. The court heard the Murphy versus Missouri case, the most important free speech case in the past several decades. In March of 2024, it was revealed that the Biden regime was funding the British-based Center for Countering Digital Hate, a group that labeled Gateway Pundit and others as their prime targets. The censorship never stops. The Gateway Pundit has faced several debilitating lawsuits which have cost us significant income, time, and energy. We resolved another lawsuit recently this week, as you may have heard. The good news: despite the continuous attacks on Gateway Pundit, we continue to grow miraculously with our audience year after year. We currently average over 3 million page visits a day. Again, we average 3 million page visits a day. In 2024, by the end of this year, we expect that we will surpass 1 billion page views by the end of the year. This is significant considering what we've gone through. We want to thank our readers and supporters. Thank you for trusting us to bring you the truth. Despite all of the vicious attacks to destroy us, we continue to grow. It must make the left very, very angry. Today we released this video because we have a personal message to America and a special message to our loyal readers, who we are so deeply grateful for. The last few years have been very difficult for all of us. The left is trying to silence us and destroy us for challenging their lies and inaccurate narratives. They want us to feel defeated. They want us to be afraid. We want you to know that they failed. We're not done yet. We will continue to provide the news that the legacy media hides, ignores, and lies about. We will continue to bring you the truth. We will continue to gain your trust, and they will not silence us. Thank you for listening to this. God bless you all, and God bless America.